Now we have audio. It's fine. I forgot to turn the thing on. Yeah, so as I was saying, got a headache, which is why I'm wearing this stupid thing. But yeah, so now I'm just going to be doing some Photoshop stuff today. Also, microphone stand is set up, so I don't have to have any books blocking my hands finally. Yeah, I'll be fine tomorrow. Just been headachy this afternoon, and I thought, like, am I going to play this, like, really, apparently, like, dark and loud horror game? Hello, Nice Phil. Hello. How you doing? Alright, let me just put out this tweet, and then I will open Photoshop. It's funny, the audio in the previous stream, like, one particular song on the stream-friendly music playlist got muted. So it's obviously not stream-friendly, which is annoying. That's fine. Alright, let's just go straight to Photoshop. See them? I should. There we go. Yeah, so I need to color up manga panels today, pretty much. Let me just turn this down on my end, so I can hear myself think. Levels look fine, I think. Let me turn it down a little bit. There we go. Perfect. But yeah, it's nice having the microphone like this, because now I don't have to look around the keyboard every time I want to do something specifically. But yeah, so this panel is just an absolute nightmare. And it appears for like not even half a second. Thanks for the bits. Much appreciated. Yes, I've already done some of the skin color, and I forgot to make a color reference thing actually. There we go. Yeah. Just kind of staring at this, and I don't really know. I've got that as a reference, and I've got. Okay. Okay, well, at the very least, I know what color I'm going to use for these streaks on his face, so I think I'll just start with that. There we go. Hopefully with the progress made on some of these panels, my headache will just subside. But I'm not super optimistic. Also, can I just say, I hate the English like time zone system they have here. Because what was 8:30 for me yesterday is now 7:30 PM. Because we were on British summertime. And now the clocks went back at 2 AM. So now we're in Greenwich Mean Time instead. So it's really inconvenient. It sucks. Okay, so the glasses stay white. I'm just going to colour the skin colour because that's quite easy. And let me just also put this colour here. But yeah, it's a pain in the ass. One day after I like kind of put the stream times on YouTube, the clocks go back. And it's just like 7:30 is such an awful time. So yeah, I don't know. Streams might just be late consistently to the point where you might just say the schedule's changing. So British moment, it's very British, yeah. British in the sense it's obnoxious and annoying. Where's this hairline end? That's a funky hairline. I'm gonna say about here. It's great because this panel I'm about to be colouring appears for, I don't even think, half a second. Oh, whoops. There we go. Yeah, not even half a second. That's how long this panel appears for. But, you know, once you kind of start dedicating yourself to colouring every single panel in an MMV, you kind of just have to commit to it. Especially a panel like this, which is pretty important, I think. But yeah, I'm definitely glad I'm not playing mouthwashing right now, because, yeah. I've just heard it's very psychologically challenging, and traumatizing, and dark, and loud. It's definitely not really what I need right now. Can I say, it's so much easier to do this streaming stuff while photoshopping without a stack of books in front of me. Also, is Freewin in frame? She is, just about. You mentioned it was incredible. I genuinely start losing it. I mean, well, that's my secret. I do lose it every 4 to 7 panels. I lose it every 4 to 7 panels, and then I'm just kind of like, yeah, but like, you know, what else am I gonna do? I'm past the point of dropping projects, you know, halfway through. Because I used to do that, not a lot, but I think I've said before, there was like a period of time in 2022 where I tried working on like a handful of MMVs at once, and the result is that most of them just never got finished. Like there was a Spy Family one I started working on, there was an older Chainsaw Man one before the one I ended up putting out. Different song, different band. The Black Clover one, which I think I put out the scrapped version on Patreon. But yeah. I think as much as I say if you get bored of one MMV, just start on another, I think it's also important to be sensible with it. Okay, these are glasses, I think. There we go. Yeah, pretty much. Because, you know, this is the only MMV I can really work on. I haven't got any news on my laptop, which is still in repair, we hope. So, until then, this is all I can really do. Because even if I have other ideas for videos, I can't actually do any of them. Because they're all kind of complicated and need plugins and stuff, so yeah, we're just kind of thugging it out. Is that skin or hair? Oh no, there's a teeth. This is skin. I think, I hope. Who knows? I think that's skin. I don't need to be too picky around some of the like specific details for this one, because it is mostly just, again, it appears for not even half a second. I think it'll be fine. Alright. Glasses. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. In the second half of yesterday's horror game stream, you worked at a pretty insane pace, so I want to try to replicate that today. I think this is also glasses. Let me repaint this like this. Boom. Boom. What colour did I pick for the face? Let me just quickly do this so I can open another thing. There we go. Perfect. I think it's just the same color as the other thing, but I might be wrong. At the very least, the coloring for this video should get easier over time because of how... Like a big part of the struggle for this one is just figuring out the color scheme, but once that's kind of figured out, it saves a lot of time. So, it's not too bad. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully this music doesn't get muted as well. Shouldn't. It's like a slowed down Pokemon one, so I think it should be fine. This part as well. So I think there's a teeth, I think, yeah. Nice, perfect. Hair color. I should redraw the hair actually. Make my life a little bit easier. The majority of this MMV is coloring it. It's like normally when it comes to MMVs, it's like 50% kind of time is spent in Photoshop, cutting stuff out, splitting it into layers. Then 50% is spent in After Effects, animating, adding the effects and everything. And it's normally quite nice because like by the time you get bored of Photoshop, you're ready for After Effects. And by the time you get bored of After Effects, you're ready for Photoshop. And so it's quite just a nice kind of back and forth between the programs kind of process. This one is 95% Photoshop. And I'm always bored of Photoshop at the moment. Like, I'm so sick of opening this software and seeing like another 40 panels I need to color. I'm just like losing my mind. You know, but those, 10 minutes in After Effects, magical. But yeah, it's a tricky one. I'm looking forward to the Mob Psycho one, because the art style, like everything, the lack of color, is just going to be such a nice change of pace after this. Because the thing with this one, it's not just like a lot of color, it's also the art style quite detailed. And character designs are quite detailed. So it's just like as a whole project, it's just very difficult. There we go. I think the plan for tomorrow's stream is, Mob Psycho MV, yeah. So that's what I was initially going to be doing at the moment. I did a Patreon poll, put a few ideas I had in there, and Mob Psycho, surprisingly, I didn't expect it to win, but it did. It won by a landslide, and so I started working on a Mob Psycho MMV, and then my laptop's hard drive failed and died. So now it's just kind of on ice, waiting to be worked on. But I need plugins for it. I need I don't have to reinstall all the plugins on this PC because I want this just mainly for like streaming and just playing games for the most part. Speaking of which, I'll probably just be back on the Hollow Knight tomorrow. But yeah. I didn't expect the Mob Psycho one to do well because I assumed the art style would be more off-putting for people, and people wouldn't be so open to the idea. But no, I don't know. People seem to really like Mob Psycho. Hello, Pew Pew Koa, welcome. It doesn't have the most crazy art, no. It has like the occasional kind of surprisingly nice double-page spread, or panel with surprisingly nice shading. But for the most part, it's pretty not very detailed. The Realizer3677, thanks for the follow, appreciate that. But yeah, no, Mob Psycho's got, especially after rereading it, it's got a pretty, how to say, let's just say unique, interesting art style. But it does make you kind of appreciate the anime adaptation a lot more, given what they were kind of working with initially. I mean, even with the kind of, less detailed arts, one does have, I think, a good eye for like storyboarding and stuff between panels and paneling. Good to see you too. Welcome to the stream. Just doing some MMV photoshopping stuff at the moment because I have a headache. The initial plan was to play a horror game, but I just can't be asked, so I'm just gonna do some Photoshop stuff instead. Because I've got a bajillion panels I need to color, so yeah. I think the same thing, Dawn. I think, like, when I initially won, I thought that's probably why. Like, I think a lot of people probably assume that similar to, like, One Punch Man, Mob Psycho has that kind of art. And then they'll, like, I don't know, maybe they'll see the MMV and be like, what the hell is this? So who knows? Because I do think the vast majority of Mob Psycho fans have probably only read, or only seen the anime. Which, to be fair, I do think is its best version. I'm getting lost. There we go. Should be fine. Yeah, I mean, hey, look, you know, it's still a good idea, even with the art. I think, you know, on one hand, the art being what it is makes it difficult to make it look good. But on the other hand, and it's a similar thing with like JJK, and obviously Mob Psycho and JJK's art is very different, you know, quality-wise and whatnot. But there's a similarity in the sense that because of the lack of shading, it is easier to redraw, and there's less pressure to make all the redrawing kind of, you know, feel perfect. So there is that benefit. So let me just do this. There we go. See, Ranking of Kings. I have seen Ranking of Kings. Yes, it's really good. It's another one where I think the anime just really gave it like a god tier adaptation. Because I read a bit of the manga afterwards, and it's okay. But I do think the anime does a lot of the heavy lifting. Now I love Ranking of Kings. I think the ending was a little bit weird, maybe. I don't know. Like, the way the final conflict kind of ended was like, okay. But the final fight, at least, I mean, you know, the animation is just like insane. What is hair and what is his... Is that a shadow? Can't even tell what I'm looking at, you know. I think it's a shadow. Let's make it red. Nah. Let's just colour the hair. Let's make life easier. I think did they put out like a... Cause I never ended up watching it, but they put out some kind of season 2 for Ranking of Kings. And I'm still not actually sure what it is. Or if it's like a side story thing, I don't know. I never watched it though. I'd be happy if it did get a season 2. Hello, Random Vs1. Thanks for the follow. Oh, it was a side story thing. Oh, okay. Surprised I didn't just make a sequel at that point. Because it seems to have same kind of like high animation, or high quality animation size, should I say. Or maybe it's a case of there not actually being enough manga content to win Animated Season 2. That could also be it. Yeah, no, what, for the side story one? Or the main season? Oh, season 1. Yeah, no, I agree. There were definitely some things I really liked in season 2. Oh, sorry, not season 2. Sorry, the second half of season 1. But yeah, I don't know. There were some other parts. Again, it's just like the action scenes just stayed kind of really good. And I was like really drawn in. Then there were some parts after, I think, the fighting, for the most part, that just, I don't know. So the whole conclusion for like the villain, the kind of motivations, I don't know, I wasn't really super invested in it. Yeah, yeah, so this is like a cold thing. It's like a cold jelly that kind of sticking to my head. It's like a less effective ice pack, essentially. Like a less effective throwaway ice pack that I don't have to hold up to my head. I can just stick it on. And it kind of generally cools my head down. Hey, whoops. See, most of the next panel I need to colour is not going to be nearly this painful. It's just this one in particular is just a bit of a nightmare. I've coloured a few panels today and this is definitely the worst. There we go. Look back, I haven't, no. I'm waiting for it to drop on streaming services at this point. I think it only just entered UK cinemas, I think. Because I hadn't seen it until... I think I saw some kind of tweet saying about UK cinemas, finally. But like, you know, it's taken so long, I might as well just wait for it to drop. Again, as I said, on streaming services, and just watch it there. But I'm looking forward to it. I've seen... I read the one-shot when it initially released, and I loved it. And I've just kind of been waiting for, yeah, the movie sense. Because the trailers look great. Like, it all just looks really, really good. I feel like every single tweet I've seen or someone's seen it, they're like, it's changed my life, changed how I see art, you know. Changed me as a person, so... As a fellow appreciator of art, hopefully I enjoy it. I'm sure I will. More sources there? Oh, you mean this is Dandadan. Dandadan panel. There we go. See, it's fun like using polygon lasso. I'm sure someone trained with the pen tool could do this just as, if not faster. But as someone who's not used to using that tool, it would take me so much time. It's like so much time to practice and to adjust. It's just a nightmare. Is that? Oh crap! I missed that something's hair. Is that a... wait. Okay, well, I accidentally included some of the not hair in the hair, so I can just cut that out real quick. His shirt and the hair just kind of meld together on the screen. There we go. And now... the hair is... done, I think. There we go. Nice. Oh... Jeez. Alright. Now, take that, and boom. And all we did is just make it like a slightly darker colour. So Dandadan reminds me of Inio Asano manga. Yeah, I've heard of that one. I haven't watched it, I haven't read it. But I know which one you're talking about. It's got a banger, I think it's the opening. That like uses the title of the show. Oh crap, his nose is skin colour? Oh no, I see it, yeah. Whoops. I can fix that though, that's fine. If I just do this and I can just draw over the black again. There we go. And now, just need to first get the color key like that. But yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I've been meaning to. I've heard good things about it. But the thing I didn't like about that, at least the anime release, is the way they released it was a bit weird, I think. Because it was initially a movie, right? And then they kind of re-released it as like a weekly anime thing, but apparently the first episode like jumps really far ahead into the story. So yeah, I just kind of held off on watching it for a while. But I'll get around to it eventually, because apparently it's pretty interesting. I'm curious what the whole Dan thing actually is, though. Because we recently got some kind of hint in the manga, but I'm still... I don't know. Like, I think it's just like onomatopoeia, like a sound thing, but who knows. There we go, fixed. I don't know. I assume... I don't know, actually. I assume the movie is just like a shortened version of whatever the anime was. Again, I haven't seen either, so I can't exactly comment on the specifics. Yeah, I can only assume. Although I think the movie was in 2 parts, right? So maybe it is just the full thing. I don't know. There we go. I grabbed the reference and didn't even use it. Nice. Okay. I'll make his jacket some kind of purple. Like this, maybe. I don't think that's real. Although maybe I just missed the latest chapter and it is. Who knows? Alright. Now I've got to colour the top here. I think that's it, actually. Because outside the top, I've already done the lower half, what I needed to do. So it is just this, nice. Now I've got to go back over the hair again. It's fine. I don't think I'm ever taking this approach with like colouring manga again though. Like, this is too much. I'm losing my will to live. Speaking of Fujimoto, I have a collection of his I haven't read all of his one-shots, I don't think, but I did see there was like some collection of the stuff he'd put out. I think the only Fujimoto one-shots I've read are, what's that, Look Back, there's Goodbye Eri, and then the Just Listen to the Song, I think is the other one. I've read those ones. Outside of those, I don't think I've read them. But I should, be meaning to get around to it. Again, it's just so much manga. It's too much manga at all times. And then I end up reading like some really crappy rom-com instead. But there's so much stuff out there. Did he not do the art for that one? Oh, I didn't know. Who did the art then? Was it just like an assistant or? Because I think just like a glance, I assumed it was still him. But to be honest, it's been I think I read it once, so I can't actually remember. That was a funny period of time. It was like between like Chainsaw Man Part 1 and 2, where he was just like, I'm just going to take a break and just pump out one-shots. But hey, and I respect it. They were good one-shots, to be fair. There we go. Oh, well that makes sense. Is that hair? It's not, no. I think it was already confirmed, I think, that he was going back to... I mean, he said, like, the end of part 1 of, like, public safety. But, yeah, like, every one-shot, I felt like there was, like, a portion of people, or there were a portion of people that were just like, dude, just make Chainsaw Man. And now Chainsaw Man's in a weird spot. I feel like... I don't know if it's because he just doesn't have any assistants left, because I feel like we see so many manga where it's like, this guy used to be Fujimoto's assistant, and now it's like, does he have any left? Because I feel like the art's starting to struggle a little bit here and there. So I know it's always struggling, but I don't know, I feel like if you compare some of the earlier stuff in part 2 to now, I felt it's been a bit of a dip, unfortunately. Although I'm still enjoying it, but... That is not hair. There we go. Hi, Soapy Cells, welcome. Yeah, I mean, hey, I definitely... I don't draw, but I can understand probably where he's coming from to a tiny extent of just the monotonous kind of nature of it. And it's clear he loves like movies and stuff, so I think he just loves the more kind of broader storytelling. I'm doing okay, Soapy Souls. I've got a bit of a headache, which is why I've got this stupid thing on. Just kind of cool my head down a bit. Might just take the onesie kind of half off within the next hour. But yeah, just a bit of headachy, so I'm just doing some Photoshop stuff. I might just make it a bit brighter, actually, like this. There we go. Yeah, that's good. Nice, well that's that panel done, because I don't actually need to do the rest. Wait, is that on the wrong... Okay, that's on the wrong layer. Whoops. I do this quite a lot. I like draw on like the colors reference layer accidentally. Then I have to then cut and paste it and then merge it afterwards. There we go. Oh crap, wait, that was not right. There we go. And now... merge those. Okay, we're good. Oh shit, no, now I need to add streak in his hair as well, I forgot. So you painkiller, I have taken a like a tablet specifically for like headaches and stuff. So hopefully we'll go down soon. Hopefully. Thank you, Soapy says I will. The initial plan for today was to play like a really intense, apparently really disturbing horror game. So this is me taking care of myself, because I'm not doing that in this condition. Like, I do not have the energy. Like, just the thought of playing a horror game like that with like a headache, I just, no thank you. Wait, if I draw over this color, how's this look? Okay, that'll work. Just add some red streaks. I don't think the manga even has these kind of red streaks. I think the manga has more like red outlines. But I'm gonna go the anime routes because I like how these look. There we go. Yeah, that's good. What you've played? The plan was to play Mouthwashing. Because I hadn't seen it. Or haven't seen it still. I've only seen the trailer. I watched the trailer today specifically, but I'd heard multiple things about it. And it was like trending on Twitter and stuff, so I assumed it was like a pretty damn good indie horror game, because, you know, it tends to have to be to get that kind of attention. Yeah, then I saw the trailer this afternoon, and then I was like, had this headache kind of gradually building, and I was like, I don't think this is the stream I want to do today. So... because yesterday when I did a horror game stream, I was sweating buckets because of the setup I had. And even after like one kind of relatively like light horror game, I want to say, I was exhausted. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna play Mouthwashing. I might just watch a video on it instead. But hey, I still don't know. I've just heard so many good things about it. I just want to watch like someone else's playthrough. Are there any good horror anime, by the way? anyone watching? Like, genuinely, like, scary anime, I mean. Because I feel like whenever, like, one thing that I don't think anime has done, for me at least, that's like, it's really succeeded in, is horror. That's the one genre that I just do not feel like translates to the medium as well. Obviously, there's Uzumaki, which just came out, and I've seen a few of Junji Ito's stuff. But I don't know, like as a whole, because I feel like a lot of the horror stuff is just characters brutally dying. Like I said, Uzumaki episode 1, not the whole series, just episode 1. Yeah, apparently, like, according to a producer, and this isn't like a surprise, but according to a producer, and this is just off a tweet, so maybe the person was lying and they just said the producer said it, you know. But, yeah, apparently, I mean, again, it was obvious from just watching that the production kind of fell apart, but apparently they just had to change, like, course drastically after episode 1. Like, episode 1's the one that I think was the proper vision of how they wanted it to turn out. And then I think after that, they were just like, well, this is taking too much time and costing too much money, so instead, we're just going to give it to someone else and they can just get that shit done quicker. And, yeah, I think the end result kind of speaks for itself, unfortunately. It's crazy as well, like, after that, the big kind of delays it had as well. I think it was something to do with changing the leadership of Warner Brothers. Shocker. I should make these streaks bigger. How's that look? Let's do that, for example. Nah. Again, this panel's gonna last half a second. I don't need to be so careful with it. There we go. Yeah, I haven't even watched Uzumaki episode 1 yet. I just kind of heard about it. And saw, you know, some clips on Twitter. I do need to watch at least episode 1 though, because I think what put me off was just hearing about the massive drop-off. But yeah, I do want to check it out. How long are the episodes? Are they like longer kind of episodes because it's like a shorter series, or is it just like 20-minute standard anime episodes? Yeah, I don't know what it is about the anime medium. Maybe just the way it's animated? I don't know. But it does, I feel like, as you said, kind of struggles to like capture genuine, like, scary horror. There was this one anime, you know, actually, that genuinely, when I was watching it, and it was maybe, I don't know, maybe I was in like a scary 24 minutes. Okay, great. There was this one anime that I watched that genuinely had this like episode that was genuinely kind of like scared while watching. Or at least one scene in it where I was kind of scared while watching it. And it was like a really goofy comedy anime. Oh, shit. Whoops. What am I doing? Whoops. Yeah, it was like a really goofy comedy anime. It was like a mermaid something. Can't remember the full title. But it just had like one episode where they were set in a school and there was like some kind of ghost thing. And just, I don't know, the way it like animated it, the music, the sound. Like it's that combination of things that just... That shit was kind of... I was legitimately kind of scared. I remember it pretty distinctly. So yeah, I don't know, it's definitely doable. Oh, whoops. I'm not used to having a microphone stand, I just punched it. Ow. Don't know what that sounds like on the microphone in there. Oh yeah, I did see that. I saw that World of Horror one. I remember seeing the trailer, and even without reading a ton of Junji Ito stuff, I thought this looks like it's inspired by Junji Ito. So I'm not surprised that here it actually is. Something I kind of wanted to play. Just so many. It's like a never-ending backlog of stuff. Do that one as well. A couple more of these, I think we're fine. There we go. Alright, perfect. Now it's done. I reckon. Yeah. Just needed some kind of little red accents to it. Perfect. Now, creepy ladies. The fish. I don't know that one. I recognize a couple of the panels. Yeah, no, I recognize a few of the panels. I don't think I've read this one though. And there's an adaptation of it as well. This is a skin color, so I've got a reference for this one of the rough kind of color scheme to follow. So I want to make these colorful. I'll make the middle woman red, the red one. Reddish pink. Yeah. Nice. Whoops. But first, I'll give her lipstick. So, thicken out this bit here to make it easier to distinguish the skin color from the lips. Whoops, wrong layer. Again. Redraw that part though, it looks weird. Nice. In terms of like well, the problem is whenever people talk about like horror anime, they think of stuff like Elfen Lied, like Another, and it's just like I don't know, man. It's not. I don't think like, you know, it's just a bunch of brutal deaths and blood and gore and stuff. Like that's the issue. Like a lot of the anime horror stuff is just, oh wow, look, it's just characters with like tons of blood everywhere. There's no, just lacks that kind of build up and suspense, and again like that, it's just use of sound, I think especially. Let me go with, there we go. I reckon it's a color red angle, but I'm not exactly sure what to color red. Wait, that's just oh, that's also the t-shirt. I need to reselect a lot of this. I think I'll just start a new selection because this is off to an awful start. There we go. Just remember to drink water to stay hydrated. Because the headache will only get worse. And also while wearing this onesie, I get dehydrated very quickly. So, yeah, should keep that in mind. In terms of manga, I'm not actually sure which. I don't think I've really read a manga where I've had like a terrifying page turn, unfortunately. I mean, there's definitely still some Junji Ito ones I should read that might have that for me, but I don't think off the top of my head I've read anything. was going to take this same kind of fully coloured approach for the Pokemon MMV I wanted to make, but I'm not sure if I'm going to anymore. I've thought of colouring all these Pokemon with their colours as well. It just sounds like a nightmare. Is that an ear? No. Is there a second song playing on repeat? What do you mean? What in the stream? That shouldn't be. Let me check the video. Yeah, there is, you know. My phone is just had Spotify on in the background. I couldn't hear it because of my headphones, but I took them off and just immediately hear it. Yeah. No, there was a second song. Whoops. I think it was playing some like classical music from the London Symphony Orchestra for some reason on my Spotify. I didn't notice. Because we had some people saying about like audio playing back weirdly in yesterday's stream, so I was like, oh, not again. It's another issue, but it's just my phone. Okay, that's fine. Like at first I thought maybe it's just because this song's kind of layered, so maybe you think there's a second song. But no, it was literally a second song playing. Alright, there we go. So, with this kind of colour scheme in mind. Yeah, it's fine. Well, she's got like a weird outfit compared to the rest of them. The rest of them are wearing kind of more formal clothing that suits her more. Maybe she go for like a lighter one for her. Nah, it looks awful. Thing is, because of the way it's drawn with like the half-tone effect and stuff, it's difficult to change it once I've settled on a colour. The other ones won't be so bad, but this particular one's a little bit tricky. No. I just stick to it. Thing is, some of these colorings look awful until you actually color everything, and then suddenly it clicks. So I'm just gonna stick. Just have to commit to it until it works. Before it will probably look a little bit awkward at first. Okay. Because for reference, these in the actual show, I think all of these are just like kind of dark grey and black color palettes. So I just need to like just commit to the wacky style. That is easier said than done. And also, I'm not a colorist, so I don't have a ton of experience outside of this one MMV. So color choice is a bit of a tricky thing. Skin color's easy enough, at least. There we go, like that. Which makes more reddish. No. I think that's fine. Wait, whoops, I forgot to remove the eyes from the selection. Pretty important part. Starting to colour the eye whites as well. There we go. Or the lips, actually. I want the lips to be a different colour. There we go. Okay, now it should be good. Hello, thanks to Packets of Crisps for the follow. Whoops. Wrong layer again. Packet of Crisps, that's a good name. But I haven't had one of those in a very long time. There we go. What soundtrack is this? I know it's Pokemon, but which game is this? I think it should be Diamond and Pearl, but I'm not actually sure. I think I clicked a Diamond and Pearl. Is it Diamond and Pearl? Oh, it's black and white. Ah, that makes sense. None of this sounded like Diamond and Pearl. It's because none of it is. That makes a lot of sense. I thought I was just washed, like my Pokemon soundtrack memory was just gone, but no, it's just not my game. What the f is that? Is that someone else's? What am I looking at? Oh, that's part of the thing. Whoops. I forgot to call that. I was confused what the hell I was looking at. There we go. Now this color again, and then fix this. Although first I'm going to go over with black again to thicken out some of these lines, just to make it easier to draw over again. I'm eating crisp right now. You're living up to your names. What flavour though? That's the question. Like the plain classic flavour, or? Because I'm not gonna lie, whenever I eat crisps, it is just the plain one. Because I'm quite boring. Like for most things, I tend to just stick with the classic flavour, but I assume someone called Packets of Crisps would probably be more of an authority on what a good flavour would be. Waver's Prawn Cocktail. Is that a thing? I mean, I'm not surprised. Like, every time I look at crisps in stores, there's like another weird flavour. But I guess I've got to keep trying to innovate, I guess. But I don't know. It's pretty wacky flavours out there. So I don't judge. I think lips I'll make the same colour as the shirts to keep some kind of colour scheme. There we go, that's good. Nice. And then for the trousers, a just darker version of this, I reckon. Yeah, that should be fine. Or knickknacks. I've never heard of knickknacks. Let me search that up. I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever had knickknacks before. But I have had Walkers. I think my favourite crisps are probably Lay's, to be honest. Because I lived in Asia for a while, and they didn't have Walkers, but like the equivalent of Walkers was Lay's. So, to be honest, it's probably at the point where I actually prefer Lay's to Walkers. Low-key. But, yeah, just gotta go with what I got used to, I guess. Like chicken strips but crispy and thin. I'll try it one day if I can find them. so that makes it easier. Wait, this part as well. So my latest follower thing is still bugged out, and I have no idea why. You've got like 5 followers in the stream, and for some reason it's just still 0 edits. They're definitely not the latest follower. It's definitely bugged out. I don't actually have a solution, which is a bit annoying. Ugh, it's annoying as well. Okay, we're good. Bit of a funny color scheme, but I think it works. Yeah, I think it works. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I can find it. I just, like, I don't recognize the packaging, but I'm sure it's, like, pretty easy to find. So I'll keep an eye out for it. Might as well give it a go. Socks. Are those socks, or is that just skin, I guess? Because they're like those kind of shoes, so... There we go. Wrong layer. There we go. Nice. Oh, wait, and the balls. I don't know what colours to make those, actually. Maybe some kind of reddish. And the hair as well. Damn it, never mind. Also, I need to fix this, it's annoying me. There we go. Yeah, it's better. Alright, well first, I need to actually highlight these. I wonder actually, does the object thing just select this? Maybe? No, okay, never mind. That makes sense. What headset are you using? I'm using Marshall something. Like Marshall headphones. I wouldn't really call it a headset because there's no like microphone or anything. It's just headphones. I'm using my like low-key kind of busted aux input on the PC. But yeah, no, it's not a headset so much. The headset I used to kind of use like a Logitech one. It's like a Logitech G3 something. But those would just keep breaking down for some reason. I don't know why. And the Bluetooth would just go to hell. I'm happy to hear that, packet of crisps. I'm going to call you pockets of crisps. But yeah, no, I'm happy to hear that. Today's one's a little bit lower energy than usual just because I do have a headache. But streams like this are nice as well, to be honest. Just to chill out and Photoshop stuff. Because even if I wasn't streaming and I have this headache, I'm still going to be in Photoshop. So I figured I might as well just turn the stream on if anyone wants to just kind of come by and chill, chat, you know, that kind of thing. I will colour that black in a minute because that's annoying. No, whenever you tune in, I appreciate it. And even if you don't, hey, still appreciate the follow, even so. There we go. Yeah, it's tricky. I mean, time zone wise, I was saying earlier in the stream that I hate like British summertime. Like that whole stupid time zone change, because I put out like a stream schedule yesterday, being like, yeah, like this is like 7:30, you know, UTC time, which is I think now what we're on in the UK. But yeah, it was like 7:30 and like 8:30 p.m. UK time. Well, now, you know, the next day, all of a sudden, that's now 7:30 UK time, and that's not convenient, so it's annoying. But yeah, but I'm still kind of figuring out, since we only just really started streaming, I'm still pretty much 2024. The remainder of it's going to be like a trial to kind of see what works, what doesn't work, kind of get a feel for everything. So this streaming time might change at some point. Might try to do some stuff during the more afternoon, during the day. Yeah, not sure yet. I think I like that colour. I think that's good. Need to keep it a light colour, but I didn't want to... Crap. Whoops. Don't want to change it too much, though. There we go. Boom. I understand the purpose of British summertime, but I just... yeah, I hate it. It's annoying. It's like by the time I get used to like a new time zone, it's like, okay, yeah, this thing, you know, relative to this country and this region of the world, like this time is the perfect time to do this, and so, you know. And now I just gotta like readjust. And by the time I readjust, oh boy, it's British summertime again. It annoys me. Alright, there we go. Granny 1. No, wait, the hair is still... keep forgetting. Although hair-wise, I don't actually want it to be... what's my reference say? Colourful. Okay, well let's go colourful then. That's right. Forgot to put the colour down here. Yep. Oh yeah, for college is definitely better. Although when I went to university, it was that was a weird uni experience, because my uni was started end of 2019, I think. So just before the pandemic kicked in. So by the end of my first kind of semester, everything had just kind of gone to hell. So that was not ideal. But those online classes sucked. I think my like attendance during that year was basically like 2%. I still passed, so you know. But I hated going to those things live. All those technical issues, mic's not working, bad internet. It was horrible. Okay, where's the outline of this hair? Because what I need to maintain is the outline. Which is a little bit easier said than done. Alright. Yeah, that's fine. That works. And now, what I can do is I can add a kind of shadow. Not like that. This is a rough shape to test how it'll look. And the good thing about this hair as well, it's a lot easier to just quickly change the colour, because it's just like a flat colour, unlike when we're using the multiply brush across other surfaces. This one's pretty easy to just fix. Okay, so the idea is good, it's just the execution's awful. Just the shape that kind of sucks. Let me try again. Maybe actually let me just do that. darker. Maybe that's better. One of the good things about 2020 was Among Us. Among Us was great. Among Us was such... I never got to really play it, because I never really had, like, the group to play it with. But, like, watching it, like, every single day, there was, like, some new stuff to watch. I think what's cool about Among Us as well, from just pure, like, a viewer standpoint, is that it just kind of created these collabs that you just never expect. Like, people who'd never collaborated before just did because Among Us. It was a fun time. Even if it is, you know, a little bit done to death now. When it first dropped, it was great. It's funny how they're only just, like... I don't know when it drops, but I know it's coming out soonish, like the Among Us like TV show. Just feels like one of those things was like a little bit late. Like, I understand they probably couldn't have made it given, you know, the pandemic is when it kind of peaked, but yeah, I don't know. It feels a little bit late to the trend. Alright, how does this look? If it was a lighter colour, how would that look? Worse. Let's get multiply so it would. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And now add that to the color thing. Boom. Done. The Among Us Skibidi Toilet shows will probably be a disaster depending on the budget, but knowing that Skibidi Toilet... Oh yeah, that's a whole thing. I thought that was like a shit post when I initially saw it, but apparently that's actually a thing. I don't know. So yeah, so the Among Us one I think is probably going to be kind of budget looking. But because I think probably most of the money went into whatchamacallit, the casting, because it has like surprisingly like star-studded cast. So I think most of the money went there. But yeah, Skibidi Toilet, I don't know. I won't believe that's real until actually like I see a trailer. Because I just don't see a world where they like it goes all the stages of production to completion. Maybe I'll buy, you know, I'll eat my words very soon, but I don't know, man, I don't see it. Maybe I'm just a non-believer. Whoops. There we go. I think the only, I don't know, is the answer. I know the middle one, spoiler alert, is something. But I don't know about the rest. I think we've only seen one of them as something else, not human. But Loki, I thought it was kind of obvious just from like one glance at them. Whoops, wrong color. There we go. Alright, so that's one down. The other should be easier, I think, because the hair's not as... Because with the hair I can just go over like a multiply brush. Like this kind of thing. And it'll work fine. Sometimes getting extra series as well, but because of the models used. But that's another thing, yeah. Because there's like a whole other copyright wrapped in it. Like, isn't it just using like a base kind of Gmod civilian or something? I'm not like super familiar with Gmod outside of having played it a few times and seeing like animations, but yeah, I don't know. Also, is this part of her body? I think it is. Yeah, it is. Whoops. Well, we can just make it red. It's fine. Didn't notice this just now. The thing is, I can't really judge like the whole Skibidi Toilet thing, because like when I was growing up, I was watching all of those like really brain-rotted Gmod animations of like TF2 characters, and I like ate that shit up. So yeah, I definitely can't judge. I mean, I'm still going to, but like I shouldn't. But it's difficult not to judge. Alright, there we go. Yes, that's also part of it. Maybe that kind of colour. Yeah. I don't really know what that is though, but doesn't matter. Nice. Been watching Attack on Titan from the start lately. It is really good. Like, are you watching it for the first time, or? I won't spoil anything, of course, if you are, or if you have started watching it for the first time. But I love Attack on Titan. I think the anime genuinely is just one of the best in the medium, in my opinion. I just think it does so many things well. And like, animation-wise, it's aged so well. Rewatching for a third time makes sense. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's great. Like, it's Attack on Titan. And sometimes, like, I forget how good it is, and then I rewatch one scene, and I'm like, holy shit, this was peak. Like, especially like that scene in season 2, where, you know, they transform. Ooh, it's so good. Every time. And the mute, like, it's just got everything. Like, top tier animation, like, interesting characters, godlike soundtrack. Great openings, endings. Just across the board, I just love Attack on Titan. I used to mostly watch Sonic growing up. I still have a few DVDs from Sonic Underground. I don't know what Mobius Freedom Fighters are, or is, but I did watch Sonic Underground and X. When I grew up as well. Was it called Sonic? I think it was Sonic X. Was that the... Was it called Sonic X outside the UK? I can't remember. I know the theme song's different in the UK than it was in the US release. Yeah, I watched quite a lot of that Sonic show when I was growing up. And Sonic Underground, I think I watched Sonic Underground more than Sonic X, maybe. I mean, I enjoyed both. And that theme song as well. For Sonic Underground, it's a banger. It's a shame that I think that the Sonic Underground never got finished, did it? I think it like got cancelled or something. I don't know. I think I should reboot Sonic Underground. It's what the people want. Are those characters in Sonic Underground like actually part of the official Sonic canon? Like, are they like, you know, named after like actual characters, or are they just like original Sonic Underground names? Yeah, I think the American Sonic X had like was like the gotta go fast. Gotta go like that one. But I can't remember what the UK was now. I think I preferred the UK one, but I think that's purely because I'm kind of biased. Alright, let me go for a different skin color like this. I shouldn't color the teeth though, that is a little bit counterintuitive. There we go. Boom. Nice. I haven't seen the Japanese one, to be honest. I'll check that out after the stream. What I do think is... I guess it's like a kids show thing where they mainly have the, you know, Japanese opening versus English opening. Like they for Bakugan as well. But I think Pokemon's the biggest one, where I just think the Japanese openings are just so good. Sort of. I mean, for the most part. I think for Pokemon, I think the Japanese openings for like the last few kind of regions based on the games kind of get better than the English ones. Like I think starting with like X and Y, I think is where there was a big shift for me. But honestly, actually, the English openings for Pokemon are kind of bangers. I can't lie. Yeah, I mean, if it's a Japanese property and it has a cartoon, it's probably just an anime. But I mean, I didn't know either until I was older. And I kind of understood that, oh, Bakugan's an anime and Pokemon's an anime. And then I just kind of put 2 and 2 together, like, wait a minute, does that mean Sonic X was an anime as well? And it is, yeah. I don't think it did super well in Japan. But I'm also just guessing, so I don't know. Is there any little skin left? I don't think so. Oh wait, that's skin right there. Whoops. Missed it. Yeah, I think the American one's the gotta go fast one. Which, yeah, I mean, just the phrase itself. I don't know if that had started the phrase, gotta go fast, but I think they at least popularized it more. I'm not sure, to be honest. Okay, I'm just trying to go off, like, educated guesses and, like, vague memories of when I was a child. Yeah, okay. There we go. Alright, so now, what colour shall I make you? Green? Pick any of these. Maybe yellow. Go with green, I reckon. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm using all the colours anyway. I did it. I didn't watch all of the Sonic the Hedgehog series. I watched... I could say there were quite a few. I think the only ones I actually watched, at least off the top of my head, were Sonic X and Underground. And Underground was one of those like kids shows that made me really like fictional food. Like to this day, I mean, I think I might have had a chili dog once, but I remember watching Sonic Underground and it just made me... It's like... the chili dogs in Sonic Underground were the same to me as like Krabby Patties and SpongeBob and Scooby Snacks and, you know, Scooby-Doo. Like, shit, that's probably not even that special, or something I wouldn't actually even like to eat in real life. That just... I don't know, man, those cartoons just made that shit look delicious. There's a comic? I didn't know that even there was a comic, to be honest. I think I vaguely know which one you're talking about with like Sally. But yeah, I don't know the name of it. I didn't know there was a Sonic Underground comic. Oh. I mean, given it was a kid show, I was expecting like a, you know, masterpiece of an ending per se. But damn. Right. I mean, I imagine the reason it wasn't finished because probably just wasn't popular. Like it didn't do super well. Because I mean, I imagine when you take iconic characters and you have put them in a weirder setting with different voices and, you know, all that kind of stuff, it's not too surprising. It wouldn't be surprising if, yeah, it turns out, yeah, it's just because it didn't do well. And to be fair, like, I'm sure if I watched it now, I wouldn't be, like, blown away by it. But, like, you know, there's that childhood nostalgia, especially for, like, the theme songs. Well, I don't know. Like, I definitely probably get bored after one episode, but, opening's a banger. I mean, I'm a sucker for good openings, so... That's half the motivations for these videos, anyway. Alright, so what I'll do... I'll do the I need to keep redrawing these parts to make sure they're easier. I think I'll start with the jackets, or whatever it's called, cardigan, something. Still don't know if I'm going to do green or yellow, though. Unless I'm thinking of a different comic, since there's no way... Yeah, I mean, there's that official comic, right? It's like Sonic... something, I don't know what it's called. It's by that writer like Ian Flynn or something. That one seems to be pretty popular, but yeah, in terms of fan stuff, I mean, I feel like Sonic, more than most franchises, is very kind of fan driven, or at least has been over the last decade. It does seem like Sega's picking up the slack though. It's been a pretty good year for Sonic, pretty good couple of years for Sonic. Alright, let's go. Yeah, have a light green, maybe? Yeah, I like that. So I'll colour this side as well. Are you a big Sonic fan, or is it just because of the topic? I grew up on Sonic, I respect that. I grew up on some Sonic stuff, but I think I mainly grew up on Mario. But even if I haven't been the biggest fan of his games over the last decade, I still just like the character. So I hope, just kind of hoping it does well. Alright, there we go. So... I never covered the shoes, actually. Okay, I'll fix that afterwards. There we go, green. Cool. Nice. I'll make the shoes the same colour, actually. That'll make my life easier. And then what colour do I make the lips? Because I'll make the lips the same colour as well. You got a favourite Sonic game? Because the go-to for a lot of people seems to be stuff like Unleashed or... what's it? Adventures 2. Stuff like that. Also, why did I... What's my selection going? That's weird. Okay. I'm going crazy. What's wrong with my... Oh, it's stuck on Alt. That's weird. Why is it doing that? Oh. Because it was set to this. Don't know how I even did that. Sonic Rush. Oh, I haven't played that one actually. I've played Unleashed though. I loved Unleashed. I think Unleashed was the first like 3D Sonic game I played. Because I think before that I just played some of the classic ones, and I played Sonic R when I was younger. I played the Sonic fighting game because it was part of like one kind of collection. Yeah, Unleashed was great. I'm not sure how well it's aged in terms of gameplay. I know the Werehog, or whatever it's called, sections are like a point of discussion in terms of the quality. But I loved that one as a kid. I loved Unleashed. I kind of loved Colors. I think I loved Colors more for the aesthetic than the actual gameplay. I like the setting. But I also liked Generations quite a lot when it initially released. It's crazy though, like speaking of Odyssey, I saw Odyssey's 7 years old today. Which, like I did like a double take. Like how is that game 7 years old? Like where's the time gone? I could have sworn that game came out like a couple of years ago. It's wild. Yo, Lyman, welcome. So that game is one of the reasons I still play GameCube. Ah, nice. Hopefully there's like an Adventures 3 or something. Whoops. Alright, what did I pick as the skin color? Hair-wise, I can just make it the same as the jacket again, I reckon. There we go. Yeah, it's fine. And nice. It does seem like it at the moment, yeah. I've heard good things about it. I wasn't initially going to get it, but I've heard so many good things, I'm low-key kind of tempted to buy it. Because I think the last Sonic game I played was Mania. I think Mania Plus is the one I played most recently. Which wasn't very recent. It was quite a while ago. It's been a very long time since I played Generations, so I'll probably enjoy the kind of re-release with the Shadow stuff. I think I said in like a previous stream, but it feels very much like a year of Shadow with the amount of content he's been getting. It's like a year of Luigi, but with better games. Because the year of Luigi was not actually that good, in my opinion. And I don't think that's a hot take, but hey, who knows? Yeah, we'll do this. Nice. I think that should be a lighter color. Try that. Just make a selection first, see how it goes. I'm just curious what the next 3D Mario is going to be. Because I assume, since we're getting the next Nintendo console pretty soon, I assume it'll launch with a 3D Mario game. At least I hope it does. I might just be coping. Also, I didn't pick this color as I was supposed to. Whoops. Yeah, we'll do it afterwards. Oh wait, no, I did have to... Whatever. It's fine. Alright, let's try like this. Yeah, that's good. I reckon. Maybe. That's better, I think. I mean, I think that like the next Switch console is just gonna be the Switch again, but a bit. I mean, at least according to like you know the leaks and stuff, it's just basically a more powerful, larger Switch, which I think is the right move. because you know, they tend to, with each console, they've tried to like reinvent with a new gimmick, but I honestly don't think there needs to be another gimmick given what, you know, has worked so well with the Switch. It's like I was hoping that we'd just get a more powerful Switch, because the biggest con of the Switch is that it can't run some games very well at all. So if we just get like a more powerful version that can run some of these prettier kind of, you know, more high fidelity games, I'll take that, like any day of the week. I should make the bag. I'll make the bag this color actually, same color as the t-shirt. Could have sworn I clicked on a relaxing Pokemon music compilation, and they're playing this one. I don't think I'd call this one relaxing. There we go. That's good. Right, and then last and not least, the pendant, which I will just make an intense green maybe. Oh, whoops. Actually, I just make that the same colour as this. I just like it when all the colours kind of repeat on each other. It's like a limited but effective colour palette. Boom. Done. At the moment, yeah, I think the Steam Deck is basically just a more powerful kind of version. Does the Steam Deck have a dock though? It doesn't have. It can't do like a. Or can you? I actually don't know. I assume you can't. Like just connect to like a TV and do like the Switch does. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know. But I'm glad the Steam Deck exists, even if it's purely just so the Switch has some competition. So they're actually forced to like, wait a minute, we need to make this thing run games. Okay, wait, let me get rid of this bit, it's annoying. That's fine. I'll do this lady on the right first, and then decide the other two colour schemes. So I think this one I'll make the yellow one, in terms of colour. So let me just grab this. There we go. Oh, Hazy Mice, but yeah, that's not bad then. So, okay, I need to redraw this part first. Let's go over some of these first before I start colouring stuff, just so I don't cross over it, and so the colour doesn't get weird in any places. Speaking of Switch 2, you know what game I want? Mario Kart 9 or 10, or whatever the next one's going to be. Because I don't know if they count Mario Kart Tour as Mario Kart 9. I think I saw in some interview they said they do, but I think that is just what someone said on Twitter, and I don't trust everything I read over there. But I really want another Mario Kart. Because we've been stuck with 8 for so long. Like, it's a good game, but like, I need something new. I was going to buy a Steam Deck, random focus tools, drawing tablet. Do you animate stuff, or do art, or something like that? I'm going to assume so, based on the drawing tablet. I think I thought about getting a drawing tablet at some point for, so I wanted to try animation when I was younger, like hand-drawn stuff, frame by frame, but I never actually went through with it. Part of me does wish I did go through with that, because if I put the same amount of time into frame by frame as I have into MMVs, I could be kinda sick with it by now, I reckon. Oh, okay, that's nice. Yeah, that's fine. Were you here when we were talking about, let's just say, were you here? Let me just check chat. I think so. When we were talking about Look Back. Curious if you've seen that, if you're into the arts and stuff. Because I haven't seen it yet, because UK cinemas suck, and there's not showing near me. So I'm kind of waiting for this to go into streaming services. But I feel like every artist I've seen on Twitter who's seen that film is like, it's changed me. It's like motivated me to become an artist or something like that. Yeah, it's good. Nice. Yeah, no, exactly. It's like, I don't know if it just dropped in UK cinemas or it's about to, but like you say, like the release is so close for the streaming thing. I might as well just wait instead to like make the trip. Pretty much just been painfully kind of watching people gush about it for the last, 7 weeks or whatever it's been. Like, yeah, no, sure it's great. Sure it's great. Actually, I'm not going to colour the hair first. I'm going to colour the jacket first, because I try to keep the jacket the same colour as the hair. And the jacket's going to show more of the body. So I think it's more important that I nail the colour of the jacket. What colour did I make the bag on the other one? Okay, the inner shirts. Got it. Yeah, I kind of see what you mean. I think what I will say is that I think my like instant kind of reaction to Look Back when I saw the trailer is that it just like, wow, this is like Fujimoto's art in motion. Like, it was so loyal to like the character designs and stuff. It was freaky. But yeah, they nailed it. Alright, that's one, so I'll highlight the other part first. It's funny, I could have sworn that like CEO of Mappa said like, oh yeah, we want to animate all of Fujimoto's stuff, man, all, Chainsaw Man and all its one-shots, and then immediately like they don't even make Look Back, which is one of his more popular ones. So yeah, I guess that plan kind of fell through. So let's go over there in black, I reckon. Okay, so how to get that color yellow? It's like a more orangey yellow, maybe like a goldy look might be better. Whoops. I think that'll suit it more, yeah. There we go. Now let me redraw over that small parts as well. There still hasn't been anything about the... Yeah, I don't know. Chainsaw Man seems to be in a bit of a weird state in terms of the anime. I'm not sure if it's because of the reception to the first season that they're like, maybe... Because I think it probably underperformed to what they were expecting, at least in Japan. Because I got quite a few comments where like people were, like Japanese comments on my MMV saying that this is better than the anime, which obviously I don't agree with, but I think if even, you know, I'm getting Japanese comments saying that on the, I think it says a lot about the reception, you know, which I don't really agree with, but yeah, I don't know exactly what to expect for the movie, to be honest. Because I felt the anime, for the most part, already had a pretty cinematic movie feel. And I'm hoping that the reason that we haven't gotten anything is because they're taking their time to make sure it's as good as it can be, instead of a case of, yeah, it's in production hell and it's going to look awful. But I don't know. I mean, in that sense, it's kind of a shame it's a movie. I mean, anime movies in general, it's kind of a shame because of how long it takes for them to come over to like the UK and stuff. And also, I feel like it loses that kind of hype cycle that you have with like a weekly anime, where you see everyone kind of see it week by week, and, you know, discussions around it and threads and stuff. Whereas a movie is just like, yeah, it's out. Japan have seen it. The UK hasn't seen it. And it will not see it for a very long time, so I don't know. The upside is animation quality, but again, like, coming from Chainsaw Man Season 1, I don't think there is like a big upgrade in animation that's actually going to happen. Like, I like when MHA gets movies, because that movie animation hits, where the anime sometimes can't because of the schedule and stuff. But I don't know, in the case of MHA, Chainsaw Man, I'm not really sure what to expect there. Yeah, I mean the collabs are pretty normal, to be fair. Like, regardless of that kind of thing. I mean, like, yeah, Skip and Loafer, which doesn't even have like a season 2 confirmed, is still putting out like illustrations for like each season, I think, and each like holiday. But yeah, I don't know what to expect for the movie. I'm excited for it. I like that arc. I mean, I like most of the arcs in Chainsaw Man. Actually, I mean, I don't think I dislike any of the arcs in Chainsaw Man, to be honest. I like it just kind of across the board. Yep. I don't know, because, I mean, there was that JJK film that I think was made in, like, what, 4 months? Or some like ridiculous time. I don't know if it was, you know, made from start to scratch in 4 months, but I know there was something about 4 months in that JJK film, like the 01. Like some ridiculous kind of crunch time. The issue I have is that I think I was actually the opposite when it comes to the. Oh wait, this was supposed to be good at the end. Oh, okay, I haven't seen the MHA film yet. I've heard good things about it though, but mainly in terms of the animation. I don't think I've seen a single like review or comment of it saying like, "Oh yeah, man, the story was great." Pretty much every single bit of praise is like, "Dude, the animation is wild," which is kind of a given. But you know, I do sometimes wish, especially when I see those kind of like less interesting stories in the film, I'm just like, you know, I just sometimes wish we could have this kind of animation talent and, you know, resources put towards the main story. Because I think inevitably, like, when something's better animated, it's going to be better received, even if what you're actually watching is not super, you know, well done. Or the writing isn't perfect. At the very least, you know, banger animation can help a lot. So I do, you know, sometimes wish that the anime could get more of that. But, you know, recent season was good, so I can't complain too much. And, I mean, you know, looking at some other anime this season, like Blue Lock Season 2, it could be worse, I think. Let me just make sure I don't go onto another video, because I don't want to get my shit muted again. Whoops. She reminds me of something, and I can't put my finger on it. With that hair color. I have no idea. It's something. But I can't quite pinpoint what it is. Yeah, let me draw in this part. Watched it in sub, I still enjoyed it. Yeah, I think I've only seen one MHA film in a cinema, which was the second one. The what was it called? Two Heroes? No, Heroes Rising. That's it, Heroes Rising. I watched Heroes Rising in cinemas, and that was sick. I really enjoyed that. There we go. Alright, now, so the thing that I'll do is I'll finish colouring these and I'll end the stream. Because I think by then we'll have done a 2-hour stream, which is not bad, all things considered, considering the headachy nature of this one. Alright, let me go ahead and do this. I do hope MHA gets another movie though, even if, because like, if we get another movie, then I don't think they'll have like the space for content to like try to cram it in before the final arc. So I hope it means, like, you know, epilogue movie or post-time skip movie. Just give me something like that, please. Like, I'm just desperate for more content at this point. Just something. Oh, I had a skin color, didn't I? Whoops. But I don't think I ever actually stuck with it. Let me try this. Actually, what about your lips? There's not really much white on the lips, so maybe I'll add a little bit myself. Just so the lips got that kind of lipstick look to it. There we go. That's better. Maybe here as well. Then I will also reinforce the outline a little bit, so that we're not accidentally overlapping, like so. Boom. Boom. Nice. I like that montage scene as well. The song especially, yeah. Who is it by? I can't remember, off the top of my head. But I know which song you're talking about. It's really good. There. It's part of the lip, sort of, maybe, not really. Now let's get rid of this. Saves me this trouble. Alright, cool. Yeah, okay, cool. Maybe I should do that as well. Yeah, I do agree. I feel like the problem with like using 100% in every single thing is that it just kind of loses its kind of wow factor. Like the initial kind of first time they used 100% in like the overhaul arc, it was like, oh shit, he's like going all out. This is like this crazy thing. But then he starts doing it in like every single movie and every single crisis, and it's like, okay, well, it's not quite as it was before, you know, when he first did it, but sure. Alright, there we go, and then remove the selection from this part with the lips, so they can go over that in a different colour. And skin colour, yeah. That's good, that's a different colour. Yeah, that's good. Now I'll do the hand as well. Are there feet as well for this one? There are feet. Okay, we'll do that. Select all of these. Shit. Yeah, I liked it in Heroes Rising. I think Heroes Rising made it feel a lot more cinematic as well with the soundtrack, because that was the first time we had that that version of that song that was used, whatever it's called. Might Asterisk U, I think it was called in the movie version. Yeah, so I liked it there because of that soundtrack mainly. Oh, chills. I remember, like, even before I watched the movie, obviously, you know, well, like, when they released the movie, the soundtrack released, I think, on the same day in Japan. And so before I'd even seen anything of Heroes Rising, I remember just hearing that soundtrack and being like, this is going to be the best shit ever. I remember I was reading the manga weekly when they did that 100% thing in Overhaul Arc. And, yeah, that shit was hype. I mean, it was hype when, what's it, Deku went like 20%, I think. Was it 20%? I think it was 20%. And I was like, oh shit, he's like really going for it. And then the 100% was nuts. Whoops. There we go. Alright, more skin here. Selection. Nice. Nice. The show got me hyped up. Just seen the thumbnail. You know what? Look, speaking of thumbnails, this just like instantly came to my mind as soon as you said that. Here's the thing, right? I think the thumbnails in general are like good for the PVs, right? As they should be, you know? They're trailers, you want people to look at the frame and go like, wow, this looks sick, I want to click on this. But there is one particular, let me find it. There's one particular trailer thumbnail that they did for the latest season that looks awful. The second you said thumbnail, it just sprung to my mind like a tumor. This one is, I mean, wait, let me, what is this? This one. It, like, graphic design is my passion. What is this? It looks awful. Like, you have some of the previous ones, like, cool frames from the show. Like, this all looks sick. And then you have whatever this is. Like, it looks awful. And that was, like, the main trailer for Season 7. That's where they revealed the opening song. And this is what they went with. Is crazy to me. It looks awful. Like, my gut reaction to seeing it was that, like, cool trailer, but holy shit, why did they choose that thumbnail? It looks awful. Like, in a studio filled with so much talent and, like, drawing power and, like, amazing directing and stuff, and then just, I don't know, I guess the thumbnail department just kind of phoned it in. It's just, I don't know, it just looks awful to me. I know no one should be this passionate about, like, an anime, you know, PV thumbnail, but it's the worst. There we go. I agree. I mean, I like that the YouTube thumbnail meta's all kind of shifted all over the place, right? I mean, it's just gone like clickbaity and clickbaity, and now it's just like you. Whenever someone talks about something online, they just kind of have like a picture of a tweet, and then they just change the text to something else. Like there was that one thing with Lunchly, with like the whole KSI Logan Paul thing, and then there's that channel Dr. Mike who kind of talked about it, and it was so bad where he made a video on it because people were making, you know, update videos on like the situation between, you know, like kind of like drama channels. And it's like the titles are like, you know, Dr. Mike responds to KSI Logan Paul's Lunchly thing, and the thumbnail is like an edited tweet of Dr. Mike saying Lunchly can give you cancer, and he never said that. That's like a dangerous thing to spread, and it just kind of goes to show how far kind of, you know, the YouTube thumbnail meta, I hate calling it meta, but it's kind of what it is, has kind of gone. Like, we went from like just like the red circles to now you gotta like have a creepy face on the thumbnail smiling with just false information. I don't know, it's a mess. And yet somehow in all of that PV thumbnail still manages to creep its way onto my subscription feed. What are you for? Oh, darker color. Okay. I mean, with MMVs, I don't need to put as much thought into thumbnails. Because usually, while I'm animating, I just kind of keep in mind, like, I need at least one kind of close-up shot of a character that looks really sick. That will make people want to click on the, on the video. Although in some cases, it's actually quite difficult. But for the most part, it's been quite easy to do. But yeah, thumbnails are a tricky thing. How about this color? Maybe a little bit darker, like this. That's good. I think anyone in God's name would wear that color, but you know what? It's fine. Then I think for the t-shirt color, we went like a lighter, less saturated version of the vest. I think. Let me find that original color. This one. And then like that. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfecto. I'm gonna add both of these colors down here. Thank you to Kelsey Furley for the follow. Sorry if I butchered the pronunciation on that. I feel like I did. But thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Your thumbs are fine, so we think Jack and Taco were fine. It was one of the MMVs. I'm glad to hear that. That was a fun video to work on. It took like 3 days, I think, the entirety of that editing process. So it was like a bit of a speed run, but I was very much in the zone. I think the trickiest one to actually do the thumbnail for, unironically, was the Gojo versus Sukuna one. Because like a lot of the really cool action was just not thumbnail material, since it was all like smaller panels that like quickly transition between each other, so there wasn't like that obvious thumbnail shot. And even when I did have like a cool shot of Gojo or Sukuna, I wanted the video to focus on both of them. So the shot I ended up using was actually something I storyboarded specifically so I had a good thumbnail shot. Even though it appears for like half a second, as long as it appeared for like a couple of frames, it was fine. But yeah, that one was quite tricky. Alright, we're almost done with this. It's looking good. Don't know what colours to do for the back too. I'll maybe take cyan and purple. Yeah, cyan and purple actually pulled it good. And let's do the cyan one first. Wait, did I? I didn't think I recorded the colour. Whoops. Oh, no, I did. It's that colour. That's fine. I think you nailed the thumbnail, to be honest. I appreciate that, Eve. Thank you. Or EV. I'm getting used to this new microphone setup. For those who don't know, my microphone stand is set up. And I don't mean like a JoJo one. It's like a stand that actually locks to the desk and stuff. So I don't have my like stack of books blocking my hands anymore. So it's super convenient. If you didn't have put out a thumb for you, I appreciate that packet of crisps. I mean, it's more for my own kind of personal thing of just I like looking at the thumbnail, being like, yeah, there's like there's a whole package that looks, you know, satisfying to me. Curse Health, yes, yeah. So we're doing some. I think it's covering like up to the whatever arc had the mech fight. You know, if you know, you know. So it's kind of speed running through them. But yeah, I'm trying to, you know, for people who might be watching, who might be confused at my color palette choice, I am trying to replicate the Kikai Sense in ED for at least a lot of the panels. Also, I'm just realizing that, once again, I always do this. Sometimes when I'm redrawing some of the darker colors, I do it on the colors layer by accident. So I need to like cut and merge it with the previous layer. Yeah, because it's just like, it's on the colors layer. It should be on the normal layer, but it does get rid of some of the redrawing I did. Whoops. So I just gotta select all of this and Control X, make a new layer, Control Paste, but Shift Paste so it stays in the same spot, and then we're just gonna merge these together. Merge layers, there we go. Boom, fixed. There we go. But yeah, so that's why we've got a funky kind of color palette going on. It's because it's like that. There we go. Although it's difficult to commit to this color palette for the full video. So I think some characters are going to kind of commit to it. Other characters aren't. It might be a little bit messy, but yeah, it's fine. An attempt was made. It's my first time fully coloring like an MMV to this extent. So I think people will forgive me. I hope. But this is the first and probably last, at least for a while, time I'm going to color an MMV to like this extent. Because this is, it's not easy. It's very tiring, actually. About a month, and then oh, it's been good. Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, when that fight initially happened, there were so many like videos straight away, you know, which makes sense. And even now, I mean, people still, you know, are putting out new stuff. But yeah, that was a while. Like following that weekly and seeing the kind of hype around it was definitely pretty one of a kind. Like I don't think I've seen that with another manga before, like to that extent. I mean, even like the long-lasting effects of like the memes and stuff that kind of stemmed from that fight kind of says it all, I think. Well, the fact that like brands and stuff are using like Now I'd Win. How much time did it take to make the Culling Games video? About 5 months. Yeah, Culling Game video is still to this day the longest I've spent on a single video. And it took 5 months. It was hell, to be honest. It was not like, it was fun at times when I was making progress, but like the tricky thing with that video is, like, I remember the distinct feeling of finishing the chorus part with Yuta and the granite beams and just thinking, like, this part is so good, I'm so happy with how it turned out, but like, I just kind of looked at the chapters I've left, the video time, like, that was like the halfway point, and I was like, I've still got to do like the Hikaru stuff, the Maki stuff, the Kenjaku stuff, like, I was exhausted. And to be honest, I mean, as well, I didn't have the precedent of a JJK video dominating my channel before that. Obviously, my Maki vs. Zenin Clan video had done well, but I didn't, you know, there wasn't the guarantee that the video was going to do well. Obviously, it did. Right? In hindsight, yeah, it was worth all the effort and all the time. But when I was initially making it, I wasn't sure. Whereas for, like, you know, the Gojo vs. Akuna one, I knew that video was going to do well. I didn't expect to do as well as it did, but I knew it was going to perform well. Yeah, 1 million views in a week, well, I did not expect, but I'm not complaining. I appreciate that packet of crisps. Yeah, I mean, music choice is always going to be like a, you know, people are always going to debate about good music choice, bad music choice. But I think the important thing for me is to stick to my actual vision of it. Because a lot of people told me, you know, just you should use the Lady Gaga song. You know, if people want to do that, that's fine. If they think it's better, that's fine. But for me, it's like, I'd rather kind of stick to my own vision than just, you know, do what everyone else has already kind of done. I think sometimes with like manga animation, people kind of lose sight of the fact it's an MMV. You know, like as a manga music video. And I think a lot of, you know, equal amount of thought should go into the music as it should into the animation, in my opinion. And I think one of the most exciting parts as well is when you find that song that you think links perfectly, that song you really like, or the series you really like, you put them together, magic happens. I feel like people miss out on that a little bit when they just kind of go, okay, what song's trending? And then just pick that. I mean, I don't blame people for taking that approach. But I do think it's a bit of a shame when people kind of only want one song to be used. Because I just think there's like limitless possibilities. So it's, you know. Alright, what skin color are we going with for this one? That one again, I reckon. Nice, perfect. Let's just feature spice when I discover that music from Zen Clan Avenue. It's funny, like with the Zenin versus the Zenin Clan MMV. Like, some people in the comments were saying, "Dude, it's crazy how we predicted the band that was going to do the JJK season 2 opening." And it's like, yeah, like in reality, it's like, well, actually, it's just because I used the movie song. Like, you know, it wasn't some kind of crazy prediction. I literally just yoinked. It was probably one of my laziest picks in terms of music. Was the Zenin Clan video, because I literally did just, you know, like, was it a creative choice? But I'm glad people seem to think it was. What, you mean the Gojo vs Sakuna one, 2 or 3 minutes? I wanted that video to be longer, but at the same time, it's difficult to have the song and kind of, you know, the length of your ideas and animation and whatnot match. Because with the Gojo vs Sakuna one specifically, a lot of when I was animating and storyboarding it, a lot of it was kind of planned out from the get-go. Like, I knew what part of the song I needed, you know, specific things to happen. Like, I think the first part, when I decided on the song, the first part I'd actually decided, like, pretty soon after the chapter released, was the part where, you know, Red gets fired, it kind of circles round and hits Sakuna in the back. Like, that's the first part I planned. So, like, this fits so well, and I could see the MMV playing out, like, with the timing of the song. So I kind of built it around that, and so I knew that part had to be that part of the song. But there's only so many choruses you can use. There's only so many like breaks, and you know, there's only so many panels you can cram into that time. So it's a tricky thing. You do unfortunately have to kind of sacrifice some panels, you know, you'd otherwise want to animate. But I might do just like a shorter edit at some point, just animating some of the stuff I didn't get to. Because yeah, that fight has some really cool choreography, and I still have more ideas for panels I couldn't fit in. Like, especially for like the final kind of chorus from the start, from where like Gojo throws Sakuna into the building. There were like 3 different kind of panels I wanted to also try to cram in that time, but I couldn't fit it in as much as I wanted to. It's unfortunate. Also, what am I? Oh, one layer, that's fine. It should be a darker or less saturated. There we go, that's better. Nice. Grassy Boy, I reckon, or Grass Boy, I reckon you should probably speak to a professional, if those are your thoughts. I'm not the person to give you advice, since I can't really speak from experience, but I'd recommend speaking to someone who can truly help you. Therapist, family member, probably more so therapist. But yeah. What colour did we say we were going to do for the last one? Was it purple? Can't remember now. I don't mind if the Gojo vs. was 2 minutes, it was worth the wait and higher. I was listening to sneak peeks for 3 cameos. Yeah, those 3 cameos gave a lot of like mixed reactions online. I was surprised. I thought it was a pretty harmless thing. I think the problem was that some people genuinely thought that those 3 cameos were going to like actually be in the actual video. which was never the plan at any point, but for some reason, I did it again with the color layouts. Let me go right there. Yeah, I think some people thought I was genuinely going to cram Freerun into every scene of the actual video, so they got like really annoyed online. Because of like a language barrier as well, I couldn't easily seem to explain that wasn't going to be the case, and they just kind of got really mad about it, which is unfortunate because I'm not trying to, like, you know, piss people off. Well, I did actually. If you watch the video step by step, you'll find that there is a Freerun cameo. There is one frame in the entire video where there is a Freerun. I'm trying to figure out what I'm looking at with it. Is that like a neck or is that t-shirts? And what colour did I decide on? I forgot it now. Purple. Okay. Let's do the hair first. Timestamp, let me go check. It's the part, I think, just before the thumbnail shot. Although I can't remember off the top of my head what specifically it is. Let me check. And it's a subtle one, don't get me wrong. It's like a very subtle cameo. Let me find it. It is... around 125, I think. Yeah, 125. If you go frame by frame around 125, you look to the left of the frame, you'll see like a blurry, slightly kind of dimmed Freerun. Because I did keep it there as like a, it's almost stubbornness at that point, I think. They kind of kept, maybe keep it there. What are you working on? It's a Dandadan MMV. Might not look Dandadan because I've like changed the color scheme, but I colored this one earlier today as well. Well, I say earlier today, earlier in this stream, I colored this panel. So, just doing Dandadan stuff. To be fair, Pacticus, it was supposed to be subtle. I wanted it to be something that like most people didn't notice, because I know if it was super noticeable, then I would have got more hate and people would have been pissed off. Whereas I let time pass and then I posted like a video on Twitter doing like a slow reveal of that frame, and then they got pissed off anyway. But you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't ruin the video if they don't notice it and it's not super obvious. Zadie Nanashima, thank you for the follow. It is really good, yes. Episode 4, Dandadan, is something else. That what's that song called? That one. The way they use that song, like their remix version of it, is so good. Yeah, I've been looking forward to Dandadan's anime all year, and they are delivering so far. Really excited each week. Blue Sky, I do have Blue Sky. I have, I assume you mean like the Twitter alternative. Yeah, I have Blue Sky. It's, I think it's just my, yeah, it's just Ninjaristic Ninja is the I think. I don't use it often, but it's just kind of there as like the backup in case, you know, Twitter does have some game-changing difference, or, you know, some update that ruins everything and people actually decide to move. Because every time something kind of goes wrong, people are like, well, I'm moving to Blue Sky. And then 1 week later, everyone's just back on Twitter anyway. You know, I think it's good there's a thread, but like realistically, people aren't going to move. Aren't going to want to move. Whoa. Drink more water. My headache's not getting much better, but it was never going to, I don't think, by streaming, so it's fine. I asked when we had less people earlier, I was asking if anyone knew any good horror anime. Because we were kind of discussing that we couldn't really think of like a horror anime that was really scary. And we brought up like Uzumaki, we talked about that, and its whole production issues. But I'm curious what people think of when I think of like a good horror anime. Because a lot of the stuff I think that people tend to bring up is just like the really bloody, kind of gory stuff. So I'm curious. What song did you choose? I remember showing somewhere. I'm using... It's a song called Step Up Love. It's the Kekai Sensen or Blood Blockade Battlefront Season 2 ending song. And stylistically, I'm also copying it. So it's this. This is a screenshot from the ending. Doing this song. Yeah, I was just like, while I was listening to stuff on Spotify, Step Up Love started playing, and I was like, wait a minute, isn't this kind of like perfect for like Dan? So I just committed to it. Again, I would be working on Mob Psycho if I had a working laptop, but it's in repair right now, so we don't have one. Yeah, I think Tokyo Ghoul for sure fits the genre. Death Note, maybe. Definitely has some kind of horrific scenes. I was saying earlier as well that I think the most scared I've been watching... I definitely recommend it, by the way, Kelsey. The Kekai Sensen endings, both of them, are like some of the best endings you'll see in any anime ever. Like, it's really, they're both really, really good. But yeah, the most scared I've been watching an anime, unironically, was like comedy anime. In like, I don't know, it's like an old one, but it's just something about that comedy anime nailed like the build up for like that specific episode. And it was genuinely kind of creepy. Because I feel like the problem is a lot of them are just so reliant on just shock and blood and, oh look, that anime girl's being killed and there's blood everywhere, aren't you scared? It's like, not really, no. But you know, we talked about Uzumaki earlier, and it just seems like, I think there was a producer that spoke on it earlier, and it just seems to be a case of episode 1 and the production, the quality of it, just didn't seem to be sustainable for what they wanted to go for, what the producers wanted to go for, and as a result, unfortunately, it's kind of, you know, fallen apart from episodes 2 onwards, from what I can tell on Twitter. I haven't watched it, but I've seen enough clips to kind of, you know, piece together the current situation. And it sucks as well, because there's like such a big build-up to Uzumaki finally releasing. Like, I swear, it's like a big delay, and it's like, fine, it'll be worth the wait, you know, delay it until it's perfect. And it's just, yeah. Because it feels like one of those adaptations you're only going to get one try at, realistically, and it's, yeah. Just kind of like a what could have been type of situation. So, there we go. There we go. Trying to figure out what's neck and what's t-shirt. I'm gonna assume this is neck as well. And this is neck as well. Boom, like that. And then that neck as well. Maybe, possibly, potentially. Hopefully. I'm surprised that happened to Blue Lock as well. I was saying the same thing earlier in the stream. Like, Blue Lock's and I've said in previous streams as well, Blue Lock's a surprising one for me in the way it's kind of been treated. You know, so I haven't like watched or read Blue Lock, but from like an outsider perspective, given the popularity, at least what I thought the popularity was and the manga sales and everything, I'm confused and surprised that they've let it kind of get to the current state it's in the anime. Because I don't know, it just, Yeah, I don't know. They just kind of dropped the ball. No pun intended. They dropped the ball. Maybe it's just something like sports anime, because I know Haikyuu also had production issues at some point in its life. So maybe it's just cursed to always suffer in that regard. Although I think the Haikyuu movie is actually dropping on some streaming services next week, which is nice, because it's like most anime movies, I have not watched them in cinema. So, I haven't watched it in cinema, should I say. So I'm looking forward to seeing that one as well. Go. Nice. Boom. Done. Now before, I need to also just cut this and paste it back on the white layer, not like that. Huh? Why is it not all the best as well? There we go. Okay. Is it still there? It's still there as well. Let me just cut that. Now it's back. Okay, cool. So what is this actually redrawing? It's just that. Merge layers, and done. Now it's done. Get rid of that layer. Colors. Yeah, cool. And the colors will look even more kind of matching to the actual vision once we've put it in After Effects, and it's in its kind of... It's got the filters on top and the CRT effect. I think it would look good. Wasn't too bad to colour, actually. The front lady was a little bit tricky, but the other one's not so bad. Yeah, I like it. Alright, so we've done this one and this one. This was a pain to colour. This one's so bad. Is the Dandelion MMV going to be fully coloured? Yes. Yes, and it is the first and most likely last, at least in a while, that I'm going to be fully colouring a manga for an MMV. The only reason I'm doing a fully colour thing is because, again, I'm trying to replicate this style, like, very strongly, and it requires that kind of vibrant colour palette on the characters. And also, the animation is not super complicated. It's mostly kind of like... You know, just bouncing between two frames again and again. But yeah, no, it's tough. It's really difficult. I didn't think I realized how difficult it would be once I started it, or when I initially started it. But you know, at this point, I'm too far in to stop. But yeah, like the end of result's gonna be sick. But holy effort. But have you ever thought about making a video of Demon Slayer? I think that'd be fire. At some point, maybe. I'll be honest, I haven't read the Demon Slayer manga in a very long time, and I'm not caught up on the anime. And I think what's tricky about Demon Slayer in particular sometimes is that the anime just does such a good job, you know? So it's always... I mean, not that, you know, I never try to, like, one-up anime productions with my MMVs, but at least you can do some interesting things or some lighting approaches that the anime can't do, just because of the, you know, the rules that anime production tends to have to follow. But I know, man, Demon Slayer just kind of... It's hard to kind of one-up that, you know, especially because the manga art, and you know, another part of it is sometimes that the manga art looks nicer than the anime, right? Because obviously in the anime they're having to like draw a bajillion frames, put everything in motion, whereas the manga is just single kind of drawings. You can afford to add all those extra details, and then manga animations can keep those details because we're just using the manga panels and giving them motion. But in Demon Slayer's case, the Demon Slayer's manga is obviously a lot... I was going to say less detail. Again, I have no issues with Demon Slayer with its art style or anything, but you know, it is one of those adaptations where I think the anime just kind of elevates it in most regards. That's true. It does have some really good fan animations. I mean, you know, Demon Slayer, like JJK, had like a massive kind of, you know, popularity boom. Yeah, it had like a big popularity boom. I think it was episode 19, right? That was like, because up until then, people were like excited about Demon Slayer. Wow, it's like really well animated by Ufotable, it's great. But it was like episode 19, where all of a sudden I was seeing it everywhere. The manga sales skyrocketed. In the West, it skyrocketed. Like, that episode did wonders for the anime. But, you know, to wrap back around to the question, maybe. Can't say for sure. I do want to do some more shorter edits next year, because I've only put out 4 MMVs this year so far, which, you know, I put a lot of work into those. I didn't rush any of them, so I'm happy with how they turned out. But, and I'll always go for quality over quantity, but, you know, 4 MMVs an entire year is kind of rough. Hopefully with this, I can make a 5th. If I can finish this in time, we'll see. But yeah, I want to try to get some more shorter videos out next year, in between the bigger MMVs. Because unfortunately, most of my like best ideas seem to be like 2 minutes long. All of the good ideas are like 2 minutes long, and it's like, I can't just have 2-minute ideas because they take so long. It's like months for each 2-minute idea, and they just pile up. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream in a minute. We'll go back to just chatting for a bit. It was a good stream. Nice stream. Thanks to people who came by, shared their thoughts, came to chat. I very much appreciate it. Thanks to all the new follows. Once again, my new follower thing is not working. No, my latest follower thing is not working. For some reason, it's bugged out. So I'll fix that when I can. Yeah, it was a nice little stream. My headache is getting worse, so I am going to go and take a break and maybe take another painkiller before I go to sleep. But, no, it was a good stream. This panel, the one with the ladies, was the one I was really trying to get out the way, so I'm glad to be able to get that done this stream. But yeah, much love as always. We'll be back again. Thank you, Even. Thank you, Crisps. We'll be back again tomorrow for same time for Hollow Knight is the plan. And then we'll probably do another couple of Photoshop streams on YouTube on Wednesday and or Thursday. But yeah, take care. And I will, yeah, see you in the next one maybe. See ya.